hopefully people can actually hear us. Game Nasty's in the chat. So. I've got all the fluids today.
We're just going to do a personal podcast for Game Nasty.
Oh, Nick Cat Bar is also here.
Nick Cat.
Oh, everyone's here.
Everyone.
Sorry about that, Game Nasty. It was going to be a private show. Yeah. It's not going to happen.
Okay, let me...
We may or may not have blasted out that we're live to everybody.
Yeah, on accident.
On accident. You always say on accident?
Here. I think so.
On accident, yeah.
What else did I say?
I don't know, we say by accident.
Oh.
Chelsea has a friend who lives in the States, and she always makes fun. They argue endlessly. Also, my daughter scratched my nose right here. I've got a little bit of a leftover, just like.
Oh yeah, I see it.
She went wrapped around me. So, Sean, you sound unwell. Hope you're okay. I'm gonna push through, man, because laying in bed has not been super fun. I watched the new Ghostbusters movie though. It's not like brand new, but.
I didn't know there was one.
There was a new one.
Let me turn on Audacity for Ryan.
Oh my God, I would have totally forgot. I was just about to get on with it here. Okay, there's Audacity. Everybody can see it. Oh man, yep. It's going to be a good time.
It's kind of like we do this every week and we still don't know.
It's 7 in the morning.
Somehow we're still...
One day we'll get it right. Today?
So.
Probably not.
No. I'm a potato, not a tomato.
I demand a personal audience. Okay, everybody leave. Everybody leave. We're here for Game Nasty. Oh my goodness gracious. Are you ready to do this?
Drinking water today.
You got water in that? Doesn't it taste like whatever is normally in there? Like, doesn't it take on the taste? I know you'd wash it.
Of course I wash it.
I know, but like, isn't it so often, what is normally in there? Coffee or tea? Normally it's just water?
I don't drink coffee or tea. I only drink water.
That's why I'm like, I was pausing as I'm like, wait a minute. You don't drink? Oh, okay. Yeah, water.
And I would never put like a Dr. Pepper or anything in here because I just like drink it out of the can.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't need to get fancy like that. No, but you put the can in another cozy thing.
Yeah, I have like a little Yeti thing that I stick it in.
Yeah.
Keep it cold. But I don't like pour it into here. Yeah.
I'm trying to think, like, maybe I should just put this in a Yeti. Keep it cold.
Yeah, it'll stay cold. And your ice stays frozen too for a long time.
Yeah, it's
good.
I want my ice to get unfrozen. We're teaching the kids that like ice is frozen water, like water and ice are the same thing, and like it blows their mind every time we tell them. Like it's not really sinking in, I don't think.
the things that blow your mind when you're a kid.
Mm-hmm. I love it. All right.
And it's probably the same reaction as I have to space.
Seriously.
The way they feel about ice and water is the way I feel about space.
It's just spiraling. How does this exist?
Oh my gosh, I was listening to something and then I promised we can get into it. And it was it was the book that we're reading for my book club. And it was talking about how time isn't real and how like time bends.
No.
The same way it sounds. And I was like, like I can't. I'm gonna stop.
You know where my mind was going?
I can't do this.
The other day I was thinking, why can't a space elevator be a thing? Why haven't we built an elevator to space?
I think that would be a little difficult.
We've done lots of difficult things. Why can't we just like build a tower that just like keeps going on up? And how long would that take to go on up there?
A long time.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, maybe
what is
to the moon or something.
Yeah, like just build an elevator to the moon. Like just do that.
Well,
just
you can't because they're moving.
But are they moving at
speed?
I guess, are they different? Yeah, I guess. Well, put them on tracks.
The Earth is rotating this way while also spinning, and the moon is.
I'm actually like to see. Okay.
Okay. Anyway.
I'll try to mute for the coughs. All right. Oh, I feel like Krusty the Clown. You don't watch The Simpsons.
I know who Krusty the Clown is, but
yeah, you say you
Simpsons is trash.
Oh, I need new co-hosts. Hey everyone, it's me, Sean Capri. I'm glad you're here because you're listening to the most wholesome Nintendo podcast on the internet. It's the Nintendo Drive. I'm on a Skype call with my friend Console Caito, the spiciest potato, and on our journey today, there's way too much Kirby, so jump on into the Nintendo Drive. Oh, where's my cursor? Oh my gosh, I'm such a mess.
Here we go!
We made it. We made it through the intro, Caito. We did it. We're
did
here.
it.
Yep.
It was
We're
a
here.
little slow moving, but that's okay.
Yeah, my body is not quite keeping up. It's failing me a little bit. I think I sound awesome though.
Yeah, it sounds great.
In my own head, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
How are you?
It was good. I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
good. Nothing new to
Nothing
report,
remarkable.
I don't think. Nothing crazy has gone on.
We were
since
talking about
last week.
space in the pre-show, and I just want to quickly comment on this, like, just amazing achievement by humankind. They've put a telescope just floating out in space, just like hanging out there. It's not going to fall back to the Earth. It's not going to fall into the sun. It's just like in the same spot, and it's taking pictures of like the cliffs of the universe or something. I don't know if you've seen this. It's like
No.
It's like a cloud of like nebulous gas or something. And here's the thing that kind of like turns my brain upside down, among so many other things. This is actually pretty basic, to be honest with you. The way that they like format this picture, it looks like horizontal. It's cliffs, but then when they zoom out, it's like it's sideways. It's kind of like it's actually vertical. And I'm sitting here trying to decide, like, how do they decide which way is horizontal or vertical in space? Like, is that even a thing? How do you know which right side is up? And then I get a nosebleed and I go cross-eyed.
Is it rounded or something?
It's
right.
Yeah, it's like yes, exactly. Like, so how do they decide to go? Yeah, make it like sideways, like this. There is no sideways in space.
I don't think I want to see it. I've seen enough. I've seen enough. The fact that
Seen enough. It's
The
just a
picture
grain of
is-
sand.
the picture that was going around with the grain of sand of space, and then them talking about how that picture was from 7,000 years ago or something.
Yep.
Like what the picture that we took, whenever they took it, captured what was there 7,000 years ago.
I think billion
my-
years ago. I think it might be billions of years ago.
Whatever it was, my brain can't. How did a picture that I take now capture something? However
That's just
many years
that's
ago?
when the light got to us. That's how it just arrived. Like it's here now. But it's like forever away. It's kind of like, okay, think about like sound. Sound is easier because sound isn't quite so instant. Like you have a lightning bolt that you see, and then like you count 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and then like the sound comes. Mm-hmm. That's like when you talk about like light coming from really, really far away. Light isn't instant. Like light still has to travel. So it's
Right.
kind of like that. And I'm getting dizzy explaining it. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't like
I might
it.
like fall over you.
I don't like it. I
Yeah.
just prefer to live in Caito land
I know.
where none of this exists and we're just all,
I still remember when my dad was trying to explain like the speed of light to me, and I was like, "What are you talking about? Like when I turn on a light switch, like it's just on. Like what do you mean? Like there's a speed to this? It doesn't. That's too much." And here's
Yeah.
another thing. When I saw a video, they talked about like measuring the speed of light. It's always like a round trip. It's always like the light, like when you take a flashlight and you shine it. Like it only is the reflection of the light that they're measuring. It's two ways. It's impossible to measure the one way. It's a whole thing. So,
What?
I know. I'll send you a link. It's very fascinating. You
Wait,
can't
you're
measure
measuring it?
you can't measure the one-way speed of light because your watches are going to be in two different spots. Like what in the world? Because time is different
because
for
the
both
time
of
is
them.
oh no. I'm done. Podcast over.
Oh
It's
my god!
done
How did
for
we
today.
start here? I'm like, oh my gosh!
Ew.
Everybody's here though. YouTube.com/carpoolgaming. Good to see you guys.
I hate that.
Oh my
okay, well, let's
gosh.
go ahead and let's
I
jump
just
into the show
watched
'cause
your
I
brain
can't.
break in real time. Like,
I can't handle
oh no,
that.
the watches. The time.
Not the time, too. Not the time. The time, the sound, the light.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh. Okay, let's clean the garage. I can't with that anymore. Reminder, as always, you can listen to the Nintendo Drive and all of the Carpool Gaming podcast content on YouTube, youtube.com/carpoolgaming. We do have a comment of the week from blah blah blah.
I love that name. Blah blah blah.
Who says, The Splatoon 3 Switch is the best piece of artistic expression since the Mona Lisa. And I think that's a shot at me.
I think
that's a direct shot at me.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, if that's how you... Art, here's the great thing. Art is such a personal experience.
It is.
And if that's how you feel, you should buy 7 of them. And you can have
7.
them, and you can just set them up, and it'll be great and mediocre in your house. And you can just have it, and you can stare at it.
Just like the Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
Very
For
overrated.
Me, it's a no. It's a no.
Yeah, what a layup of a comment, by the way, too. Appreciate the comments as well. But, like, the Mona Lisa, like, it's not really universally loved, I would say. Like, people have come to know that this thing's, like, printed on, like, an 8.5 by 11 and hanging up in a museum that you can't even see because everybody goes to, like, crowd around it. It's impossible. Yeah. No, the colors aren't good. Colors could be better. It's okay to ask for more from Nintendo. That's what I'm going to say about that. It's very divisive, though. There are a lot of people who are loving it. And... I won't name names, but you know who you are, listener. Someone out there is claiming that if you don't like it, you're not a true Splatoon fan, Caito. You're not. You're just you're a casual.
I wouldn't say I'm a true Splatoon fan.
There you go. Now you're just proving them right. Yep. If you were, you would love it. I guess no matter what.
I'm trying to remember. Okay, so pink and green was Splatoon 2. What were the colors of Splatoon?
That's a good question.
I don't remember.
Pink and green is so perfect. Like, I can't think of any other color.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm like trying to see if I have anything from Splatoon 1 here behind me. I don't think so.
I don't see anything. Just the pink and green stuff over there.
Just Bobby's. Yeah.
I'm sure someone in the chat knows and they will
we should look it up. Watch it be like blue. Blue. They just went back. It's blue and yellow.
It's blue and yellow again.
The OG colors.
Is that I love yellow. Yellow is my favorite color. So it's weird that I don't like it. It's just they could have just done something different, in my opinion.
It's okay. You know what? Nintendo's been on a total roll. There's nothing to be worried about. Orange and blue. Really? Orange and blue. I cannot pick. I'm starting to picture it. I
think orange and blue is better than blue and yellow. I think the blue and yellow to me is so lackluster because they've already done a Switch in that color.
What if they did like the ketchup and mayonnaise colors? Remember, they could have all those different Splatfest colors they could have used.
Yeah.
But no, that ketchup and mayonnaise is no good. Orange and blue on the box. Oh, look at this. Everybody knows. Did you guys just know this? Look how fast they were. I don't even think they had to Google that. They just knew that.
They Googled it.
I don't know. Be honest, guys. Did you Google that or what? Because that was real. That was really quick. We just play the games. We don't know a damn thing about them. Orange and blue is better, says Nick Catbar.
We don't know anything.
I know.
Speaking of playing games, did you play anything this week?
I'm so done. I'm I'm just. This is as good as I've been for like the last couple of days, and I tried to do some home renovations, and things stopped working, and I just kind of like lost my mind over the weekend.
Oh my god!
It kind of just like led to all of this. Like, yeah. No good.
Home renovations are the worst.
It's not even like a big deal. I did my paint. I painted, and I'm stoked about it. The painting is awesome. But I gotta get these baseboards back up on the wall near the floor. I was gonna say the floor or wall, where baseboards go. And my nail gun stopped working, and I just I started throwing things, and it wasn't a pretty sight. It wasn't a proud moment.
It never goes smoothly, right?
No.
Like we had a toilet break.
Oh, toilets are the worst.
A week or two ago, whatever it was. And so we were like, okay, we got to get a new one, whatever. So we call the plumber. They bring a new one over. He takes the old one off, and he's like, yeah, actually, the people who installed this last, they did it wrong. And so all of the subflooring under here is actually rotted.
Oh, my gosh.
I can't put in a toilet because it won't be level. And so now we have to replace our whole floor. So it's not just replacing a toilet now. It's replacing the entire floor, and then we can put our toilet back in.
Oh my gosh.
So
that's the worst. That actually makes me no. We got to talk about video
because someone tried to cut corners last time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, who wants to pay a plumber? Good for you for getting a plumber out there for doing it, because YouTube tells you how to do everything.
We would just do it wrong. I just know we would. Anyways,
well, I'm excited for this very, very small job to be finally done, because I'm really happy with the paint, but everything else is just kind of a pain in the butt.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we do have a couple news stories this week, which I think is improved from last week, where we didn't. I don't remember anyway.
I don't know.
Nintendo has finally revealed the release date for Bayonetta 3, coming on October 28th for Nintendo Switch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. No, I'm happy for everyone who wants this. I know a lot of people like this, apparently, according to you and Ryan Turford.
Apparently, people are excited.
A lot of people like this.
I totally misjudged the excitement for Bayonetta. Like, I thought this was just like they announced it and then it kind of went away forever. And I don't know. I didn't know that people really cared about it. And the one time we did see it, I think it was earlier this year, I thought it looked kind of crappy. I thought it looked like the frame rate wasn't really good and just kind of typical stuff. And I'm hearing like so much positivity, I almost don't even want to say what I think about it. I just don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be very good. But I don't know. What do I know? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm completely out of the loop on this. I feel like it's being buried under Mario and Rabbids in October. Like in a month that even for Nintendo is already loaded up with stuff, and then on top of everything else, like everything is coming out in October. October is gonna be the busiest month in the last probably like 10 years or something crazy like that. And that's where they're putting this game that's been in development for however many years. I feel I'm just using my like spidey senses here. I think that they're just kind of like putting it out there just to get it out there. That's just me.
Was the original Bayonetta a Wii title?
There was one on Wii U. I don't know if the original one was on. It must have been. Yes.
Like, I'm just curious where all of the
hype is coming from
this. Yeah, like where is this fan base coming from, and how different like if it was a Wii title.
Game Nasty says no. Where was the original one?
What was it? Yeah, what was the original one on? I'm just curious.
It was on Wii. Okay. So they had two on Wii U then, because they had Bayonetta 1 and 2. They had originally wasn't even a Nintendo game.
So then really, where is all the hype coming from?
I don't know. I think it's because it's become Bayonetta 2 was a Wii U exclusive. Exactly. Yeah. So Bayonetta 1, if I can remember correctly, I thought was like cross-platform. Like I thought you could buy that everywhere. Original was on PS3. You could also end up getting it on Xbox as well, I think, Rybo. And then it became a Nintendo exclusive, which is weird for so many reasons that it would become Nintendo exclusive mid kind of game, like mid-series, and that this of all games would become exclusive. Like it's not a very Nintendo-esque game. Like it's very like risque. It's very like over the top and in her sexuality and things like that, and the action and everything like that. So it's very, very strange, but maybe the hype just because it's a Nintendo game. I don't know that this would get hyped up as much if it were almost anything else. And I feel
I didn't realize. I assumed that it was always a Nintendo exclusive.
Yeah.
I didn't know that it was.
Game Nasty says Bayonetta 2 was in development hell, so Nintendo bankrolled it. Yeah. Which seemed to be this case as well. Like, I just don't, maybe it comes down to this. I don't know that I have, like, a full amount of trust and belief in Platinum Games, who's making this game. And that's not to say they haven't made good games. They made great games, especially on Switch, like Astral Chain, very, very well loved and well regarded. I just don't know about this one. We're 5.5 years into Switch's life cycle, and this is kind of like an action-heavy game. Kind of needs to be really fast. It needs to be like snappy. It needs to perform really well. So we'll see how this goes. That comes at a cost, at a sacrifice on Switch. That if it's going to run really quickly, it's probably not going to look all that great. You don't really get both. So I'm hedging my bets on this one. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, sounds good. All right, other news story. Nintendo announced Kirby's Dream Buffet, a Fall Guys style party game coming to Switch this summer. And I had to look and see if this was something that you wrote or if this was saying that this is a Fall Guys style party game is a little bit of a stretch, in my opinion. IGN. That's a little bit of a stretch. A 4-player game is...
Mm-hmm.
No, it's more Mario Party to me than Fall Guys.
Agreed.
Like, I understand that they're rolling around and falling or whatever they're doing, but 4 people is not a Fall Guys style game. To me. Like, that's what makes it Fall Guys, is that you've got large groups of people playing it.
Now, the other side of this, too, is and even just today, as we were going live, they announced something for Strikers, which, whatever. Should we have gotten a direct at this point? Like it seems like every week they're kind of like spitting out like one or two announcements, and it seems like that's a choice. They could have balled this all up into a direct, but instead they're giving us like one or two big-ish tweets throughout the summer, and I feel like even us talking about it is proving their strategy right, to be honest with you. Instead of like one episode where we go through all of the announcements, it's every episode through the summer. We're like, they just announced this, they just announced this, they've got this. What has to be a free-to-play game? This has to be, right? This has to be free-to-play?
It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be.
It's not the first one. Kirby's got it. Kirby already has a free-to-play game on Switch. It's that kind of RPG light kind of thing. I really wanted Bobby to play it.
If this is free-to-play, it will completely change my outlook on it.
See, and why wouldn't they say that? I guess that's the thing. Like, if it was, wouldn't they say it? And also, the release date is summer 2022. But there's, like, we're in summer 2020.
Right.
I'm like double checking my watch. I'm like, what? Like, when is this? It's gonna. JB says it's gonna be $9.99. Like, just charge people a little bit of money for it. Like, if you're at $10 for a Kirby game, just make it free.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like they're gonna go full on $39.99,
like Mario Party kind of thing.
This is gonna be a $39.99.
I love we're playing Price is Right in the chat right now. Argo says $4.99.
Everyone put in your predictions.
Yeah, closest without going over. Classic
30.
rules. I know, summer 2022 is half over. Game Nasty says $69.69. Good God.
$39.99 is my prediction.
You think so?
One. I just...
You're probably right. That's the worst. You're probably right.
I never would have assumed free to play. I never would have assumed free to play.
Another paid. I think part of the reason that I think it's not paid is just the weird like announcement around it. Like it's coming so
like
soon.
Not enough of a hype build around it.
Yeah, there's no date. I feel like they've announced it. It's coming out in summer, and then sometime in the maybe it's like next week we go live and they say, hey, you can get it now and it's free. Like I don't know. I just feel like the weird. It's weird. What is Nintendo doing? They're just manipulating us every single week, every time. Yeah. We're just trying to figure them out, and they just like they do this. They do everything that's different.
It's so much. Do
you want it?
Okay. If it is free to play, are you gonna play it?
I gotta try it, especially if it's free to play. Like you gotta give it a shot.
What amount would you pay for it?
I don't know. I would pay any amount. I think Nintendo has got me back into my principal days. Like I think my wallet is under locks right now. I think it's gonna take a lot. And by a lot, I mean Xenoblade 3 and Splatoon 3. I think I'm going to be buying those. And Mario Rabbids.
Here's my question.
What am I
in addition to that, so if it is free to play, how are they making their money? What is the microtransaction? Fall Guys, you got the costumes, you got all the season passes.
Same thing. It's got to.
Well, I don't see this having that.
You're right.
They're not going to do that.
Season passes, they don't really do. And wouldn't that be amazing for them to finally try it and be for a Kirby game? That'd be interesting. I don't know, because I'm trying to think the other free to play games. Like there's Pokemon, the MOBA, the Pokemon. I think it's Pokemon Unite. I didn't play it enough to even get into the monetization on that. And then that other Kirby game, I always wanted Bobby to play, and I had it loaded up on my Switch for Extra Life, and we never ended up playing that one. So. Let's be real. Sean's buying it, says Argo. I can't, you guys. I am whatever. Even if it's $5, can't buy it. I can't do it. Look at you, like totally not believing me. That face, like really.
I didn't see anything in the trailer that led me to believe that there was any kind of costumes or anything like that would be a microtransaction. Now, Fall Guys, I'm all in on the microtransactions. I bought the Pusheen bundle the other day. I was like, I need the cat.
They only gave you like 4 days to buy it. We couldn't even like report on it. It came out. The announcement came after we went live last week, and it's done yesterday.
They go so fast with it. Like you had to be on there every day because your stuff changes every day.
Freaking Fall Guys.
So you got to be on there. Oh my! I've never raged so hard at a game.
Oh really?
Fall Guy. Like I
just
literally, generally speaking, Fall Guys is rage-inducing. I told my chat the other day, I was like, I don't know if I can stream this again because I'm gonna go absolutely nuts. Because I don't even make it past the first or second round half the time, and then I'm just like sitting there like I was like, the percentage of me actually playing the game during this stream is probably like 10%, and the rest is me narrating.
And are you playing with like a custom lobby? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Like with everybody? So
Yeah.
your whole community
I'm
is better?
just sitting there. Yeah, they're just all better than me.
Well, then you watch it and you learn. There's like, I just love Fall Guys. Is just it's a clip making like factory. There's so many great moments that happen in that game, whether it's for you or your community or just other clips that are out there. It's so much fun. I've got to get back to it. I was just in a like Saturday. I was gonna stream it, and that's when kind of the sickness was like. You ever like be awake when you're getting sick? Usually you kind of wake up, you're like, oh, I'm not feeling good. And when you're awake and you're starting to feel sick, like that's no good. You're like, oh, this is happening. Yeah, not good.
I feel like you always get sick on Saturdays, though.
I guess so.
Like your sickness always starts on Saturday.
It's very public. It's also the other thing too is like when you're podcasting weekly and putting out so much content, it's like, hey everyone, I'm sick again. Guess what? Like this is.
Well, it's like probably everyone else is sick at the same amount, but because you have to always announce it, it feels like you're sick all the time.
I didn't even announce it on Saturday. I'm like, I've had enough of like apologizing. I'm just gonna disappear. I didn't even look at my phone. I didn't do anything on my phone until probably like Sunday night. I'm just like, I can't even. I told Donnie, who I was supposed to record Sweet Hangs with, I'm like, I just can't. And then I put my phone down, and that was it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's jump into some questions this week.
These questions are tough this week.
Are
some
they?
brain busters,
I haven't read them yet. So
get ready.
Oh no. Okay, Neon Tiger. Speaking of Mario and Rabbids 2 coming soon to Switch, what other Nintendo collab would you like to see, and what kind of playing genre, RPG, racing, shooter, etc., would it be, and why?
See,
I want an actual. Okay, this is hard, but I want an actual Nintendo shooter, not a Splatoon shooter. I want an actual Nintendo shooter.
Interesting.
But it would have to be like still cutesy, cartoony, not so violent.
Animal Crossing.
But like Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing shooter.
Animal Crossing shooter. They're never gonna do that, but I think that would be hilarious.
I like that.
That's not merging two different things. That's really
Kinda
just
is.
making one game into a certain genre. But
that's all Mario Rabbids is.
I would love nothing more than to shoot the villagers that I don't like. Go to an island and you just shoot the ones you don't like.
Like Plants vs. Zombies kind of thing? Like still kind of like you got like pea shooters or like actual guns?
Maybe not an actual gun. Maybe more of like a Platoon style gun, but you are like shooting the person. You're not just inking up a lobby.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I don't typically like these type of games, but I would put Samus and like a Metroid game in like a survival kind of game where you're just like, you're stranded on a planet, which you always are anyways, but you have to kind of like gather resources and like build shelter and kind of like Minecraft survival mode. They've done a bunch of these kind of survivor games. That would be kind of interesting. Although I could play like No Man's Sky. That's really what.
Yeah.
What
JB says slingshots.
Give them all slingshots.
Would be hilarious.
Yes.
That would be hilarious.
Oh, I like it. That's such a good.
That.
That's such a good question. That could be like a whole that could be a whole topic. We would just come up with like a bunch.
I feel like one time we had a question like that, and I had a really good idea for a game, and now I forgot what it was.
How many like hundreds of hours have we done? You know, the other thing that's really disappointing is this is episode 64, and we're not doing any Nintendo 64 stuff. I shouldn't even have said it out loud.
Yeah. What a letdown.
Nah, next time.
We're just here to let you all down every week.
I know. That's really how I feel like when I'm getting sick. I'm just like, oh, another time to let people down. Awesome. So good.
Okay. Fulia asks, have you ever had the feeling that even though there are so many games you could play, nothing seems to stand out, and then you just don't play at all?
Yeah.
I feel like all the time.
All the time. Almost this whole year, honestly. I've been totally overwhelmed, and every once in a while I'll dive into a game. We beat a game on Xbox. We put up the review as Dusk Falls. Very if you're a Nintendo fan, I don't know, it's not a very like hardcore kind of game, although it does deal with some mature themes. But I did beat it. Like, I actually beat a game recently. But to Fuli's question, yeah, this entire year, I just feel like I don't even know where to start. By the time I start one game, it feels like another one is coming out, and I'm just like, man, what am I going to do about this?
That's like, I feel like it would be so hard to consistently review games because, like, if you're not in the mood for it,
yeah,
how do you even sit down, like, to force yourself to play it? Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh,
that one, and this is how you know that I actually enjoyed it, because like I'm kind of I've taken a bit of a stance against that. Like, I'm not racing against the clock to finish a game. If I'm not liking it, then like whatever, I'll be late for embargo or whatever. Like, that's just the stance that I'm taking now, because I've had too many times where I'm miserable playing a game and just to review it. Like, no, thank you. I don't like it.
Oh,
what's up, Cheesy? Happy belated birthday. Look at that.
Ooh,
good to see you, man.
Happy belated birthday. Stray is out today.
Yes.
I want to play that. I do want to play that.
It looks great, and it's on PlayStation Plus Extra or Premium or whatever it is. So if you're a subscriber over there, you can get that for free, and I'm definitely going to be trying that game out.
I think there was also an announcement that even if you didn't have PlayStation Plus, you get a week to try it.
Ooh, that
even
might be
if you're not a PlayStation Plus person.
And it's enough time. I think it's only like a 5 or 6 hour game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to play. I think I'm gonna get it on Steam. I can play it on my Steam Deck.
Caito, I have my pause on Nintendo stuff for a second.
Yeah, we're not.
Welcome to the PC drive. My entire computer is loaded up with games. I've got no hard drive space for games because I'm expecting my gigantic monitor to arrive. It was supposed to be here last Wednesday. It's still not here. And as much as I want to like go play all this stuff, that's gonna do it for me. That's
it. Yeah.
That's really gonna do it. You and I will start our new PC game show.
Right.
Everybody wants us to have a PC podcast.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I would be so much. I would contribute so much to that.
You know what? It's just the same as this show. Like, really. What's the difference? No, I'm saying it like in a good way. Like, look, everybody who starts a PC or Nintendo show, they're hardcore. They know like the developer and who's in charge and who's like the third director and blah, blah, blah. All this stuff. We're like, I don't know, like, chat, help us out with like the story of Bayonetta. Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, what's stopping us from being a PC game? Mm-hmm. Yes.
I mean, it would be an interesting take. It would be like, hey, these two idiots who know nothing.
I'm telling you, there's something there.
PCs. And we learn along the way.
Mm-hmm. So, total sidebar here. As you're kind of talking, like you got your giant sweater on, and your fingers are kind of sticking out. Do you ever? Because your sweater looks so large, it looks like your hands are really tiny inside, like the baby, the baby hands, like the doll. One of these days, you should just surprise me. Just like show up with like baby doll hands.
Yeah.
Just oversized clothes.
It does look like. Yeah. No baby hands. Just my. What is going on?
I'm so not feeling good.
Okay. Next question. Rybo asks, if you ran Nintendo and you could change just one part of the current Switch hardware or software in a new revision, what would it be?
Oh, man. Speaking of PC builder over here. Mm-hmm. Hey, Caito, what one hardware piece would you change out?
I don't know. I don't know anything about the hardware. I would add the ability to customize my home screen.
Yes.
I really don't know. I don't know enough about it to know what to even change.
Here's my thing on it, and I don't know if this is what Rybo had in mind. The limiting factor of just only one thing, I think, kind of ruins the whole bit in terms of what you can actually achieve out of it. You ruined it. Well, I think he knows exactly what he's doing because Rybo's smart about this sort of thing. Because if I were to say, okay, the one thing I would change is like the CPU and it like make the CPU that much better. Well, then it's bottlenecked by everything else that's like the RAM and whatever else, the graphics card, whatever. I feel like you can't really influence that much change about it just by changing only one thing. So the one thing I would say is battery. I would make that battery, if I could do one thing, I'd make that battery like last a ridiculous amount of time. I watched a video last night as I was struggling to go to bed because my sleep cycle's all weird right now. This woman went back to she called it a dumb phone. She stopped using a smartphone. And the first thing she mentioned, like going back to an old flip phone, she's like, this battery life is crazy. This thing lasts like 4 days. And it's like, we've gotten so used to charging our devices daily. Like, wouldn't it be nice to go back to something that lasted us
twice a day?
Seriously.
Right.
Yeah. So I'd go like stupid, unrealistic battery life is what I would say. Oh, good one. Carla says 2 terabyte hard drive. That's a great answer. Internal storage. I might change my answer to that. That's what I was gonna say. That's where I was going. I'm copying you, Carla.
What about? I just want better cloud saves. Does that count? Does that count as a thing? Either that, or I want the ability to save my game on the cartridge instead of the system. Mm-hmm. Because the saving situation, and let's go ahead and jump into, do we have that question in here? I don't know. I don't see it. Someone asked a question in Discord about their Zelda save.
It's down at the bottom. It was, TPR had a chapter book.
Yeah.
Worth of a question.
From what I understood, the basis of it was they have one of their saves on one profile and another save on another profile, trying to decide which profile to keep.
Yeah.
Because you can't keep one if you don't have the online, something along those lines.
Totally.
I ran into a similar issue. I don't know if it's quite the same thing, but it happened when I was switching over my SD cards. Is one of my saves was on the Switch or on an SD card and it didn't get moved over properly. So then when I started another save file, I can't have them both at the same time. Oh my goodness, thank you for the super chat.
Senya Rodriguez with a $20 super chat. What the? Chelsea, I'm quitting my job. Thank you. Holy cow. Totally taken aback. This is a mess.
I can only have the one. It's a mess.
I
guess my advice would be, what is happening?
Another one, Senya. That is enough. Oh my gosh! Thank you so much. Oh, I'm like lightheaded. Holy crap!
Yeah, take a seat.
Get my chair.
I guess my advice would be, I would say, give up the old one. And just start your new save and just forget about it. Act like it was never there. That's what I had to do.
What is third happening? One. What is okay? But what is this real? Is this actually happening? Is that real?
I think it
Senya, are you trying to get me to buy this damn Kirby game? Because I'm still not gonna do it. Thank you so much. Holy crap. She got hacked. Seriously, I think she might have.
Possibly.
Hopefully everything is okay.
Oh my gosh.
No, that's not real.
That's not real. It can't be real.
No, it can't be real. I actually, if it's real, like maybe just a high or something, like something. Oh my gosh, that's 4 $20 super chats, Senya. Thank you. Wow.
Well, if it is real, thank you very much.
No kidding. We have to act as if it's real.
We have to.
I'm sweating.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So my advice would be just start the new one.
Start the new one. Yeah.
The old one. That's it. Because,
agreed.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're going to be in that forever.
Right.
You just got to
there's no
cut
way
your
to
losses.
fix it.
There's no way to lose.
There's no way to fix it. So.
Wow.
It stinks. Okay. Quagmire asks, is Nintendo's goodwill running out?
Yes.
Aces, Super Rush, now Strikers are games shipping incomplete. Seems fans have finally caught wind to hold off on these day one purchases of Mario sports titles. Will Nintendo respond with the next Mario sports title shipping features complete?
What sport is left? What do they still have to do? Now they have to do like now they have to do like a collection. They had one on 3DS where you're doing equestrian, like you were horseback riding.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, they did baseball?
Oh, sluggers. Yes, of course. Yeah. Cheesy, as soon as you said that, Cheesy in the chat. Carla with a $2.99, she says, here's a real one, loves. Thank you so much. Holy cow.
The other ones might be real. I don't know.
Yeah, baseball could be it. Curling would be part of you can do curling
hockey?
in, I don't even go to hockey. That's getting my hopes up. But I would
Yeah.
I would love, obviously.
Would you though? Because
Well,
if
true
they're all
enough.
terrible, you're not gonna like it.
Don't even touch hockey then, Nintendo.
Yeah.
Just stay the hell away
Stay
from
away.
hockey. Just get out of there, man. Yeah, no, this is. And I thought Strikers was going to be the one to break this sort of like curse that there seems to be. I thought that they were going to be like, because it's a different developer for Strikers. I thought they were going to make. I thought they're going to fix this, but yeah, the goodwill is totally out, and it's on top of a whole bunch of other things that. If you listen to me over the last, I don't know how many years I've been talking about Nintendo, I've been doing this since like 2016, I think, with Bobby. And I have this roller coaster ride. Sometimes I'm like, this is the best thing ever. I'm buying everything. And it's a year of Pokemon. I'm going to get everything. And now it's like, I see what you're doing, Nintendo. You're taking advantage of me here a little bit. And now I'm only going to buy 70% of the video games that you release instead of 100%. Right. I'll show you.
Yeah, good one. I guess my question is, I've never really been into the Mario sports games.
Mm-hmm.
So are these features that are missing, are these all features that the games have had before? Or are these features that y'all are just hoping for that they're not adding, that you wanted?
Golf was probably the most... I would say golf is like the most I don't know, is the worst offender of it all, like, because the 3DS game is excellent, and the mode there that I'm specifically talking about is where you'd set up a tournament and say everybody can join the tournament, and you all just like play your round of 9 holes or 18 rounds like whenever you want, and you post your score, and the deadline is whatever, this Friday, and then it would claim winner. Like, that was perfect. You didn't have to play at the exact same time. You could, like, you know, Nasty could play in the bathroom on his work break, and Rybo could do the same but at a different time. It was the best, and Rybo's in the chat as well. Golf regressed the most, and that one is just really too bad, because what they seem to focus on doesn't really add to, I don't think, any fun. Like, what they were like, oh, this battle mode and everything is intense and insane. It's like completely missed the mark on that one. So yeah, I don't know. It's no good. I don't like it. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Ngachacha asks, with Xenoblade Chronicles 3 just around the corner, where is your current hype level at? And will you be getting the expansion pass for a whopping 40 Canadian dollars?
As if, man, Xenoblade is... Now, here's the flip side of the coin. You have Strikers and all the sports games that are, like, feature incomplete. And then you have a game like Xenoblade, which is 70 to 100 hours. Like, there is enough slices, Caito, with Xenoblade.
It's enough slices.
It is absolutely enough slices. I am unreasonably hyped for this one.
It's so interesting that some games get so much attention and so much additional content. Mm-hmm. And then games that have Mario in them are getting just thrown to the side.
You nailed it.
I guess I would be curious to know, do they think that they are doing a good job with them? I think, are they reading the room, or are they just like
sales?
Oh, this is a great game. We sold enough.
Yeah, I think it's sales. I think we're like days away from the next, you know, because we cover these so comprehensively, like the sales reports that happen. I'm very curious to see how Strikers has sold, but ultimately, like, that's the marker for Nintendo, and it's a balancing trade-off of who's actually going to be buying these games, and who's complaining about these features. Is it people like us, and are we the target audience? Like, I don't think so. I think it's, you know, parents and whatnot, just like trying to find a family-friendly game for their kids to play. And for the most part, I think people are happy on that front. That it's so short-sighted. I don't appreciate it. But you're right. Like, you throw Mario on the front, and it's like, whatever, it'll sell. Mm-hmm. And this goes back to even like the 3D All-Stars thing. Like, it's not even just like sports games. It's everything Mario, apparently.
Worst one. That was the worst one.
It's totally just like cashing in on years and years of fandom and hype around Mario. And then, yeah, like for Xenoblade, it's a much more kind of discerning player. These people, like, you cannot fool Xenoblade players. They will know if you're trying to, like, fool them in any sort of way and hold anything back. And that is the audience. You're not going to sell Xenoblade to like anybody else, I don't think. So,
right.
Yeah. But my hype is high.
So you're excited.
I'm very excited, yes.
You finished the other two?
I finished the first one. I don't think I'm going to have time to finish the second one. It's not going to happen.
You're just going to go straight in?
I think I'm just going to go straight to this one. Yeah.
Okay. I kind of want to... play one.
Yeah.
I want to play, but I don't want to start with 3.
I don't think it
start
matters.
with
I don't
3.
think it matters. Although you should play the first one. I mean, but it's very anime. Like, and it's very long. But it could be fun to watch you stream that. I
Very
think.
anime, just meaning
It gets very. The story is so whack. Like, it's so bizarre. But the
just
premise.
bizarre or like mature rated bizarre.
No, bizarre. Like
Just weird.
like
Yeah.
space. Like, it's just like,
Yeah.
and now,
Oh,
like, yeah, like it gets kind of dizzying. And it has this thing that South Park used to make fun of. I think they were making fun of. Remember the show 24? They did a parody on the show 24, and it was every now and then somebody would bust in the room and go like, and now here's what's really going on, and here's who's really in charge. And it's very anime in that, like, if you thought this was the boss, like, actually this person's in charge, and actually that isn't the end, it actually goes even further. And if you thought that was crazy, it's gonna go even more crazy. If you thought this person was dead, they're totally alive, and they've had 40 babies since you last saw them. Like, totally insane. Yeah.
Just a bunch of things thrown in that there's no way you could ever predict it was going to happen.
No.
It's just like out of nowhere.
It's a very like basic premise. This is what I love about it so much. It's like these two worlds who live to hate each other. They're at war for thousands and thousands of years, forever. And you think that that's a story as old as time, and it goes to places you never expected. That's my pitch on Xenoblade.
Okay. Chibi asks, last time I asked a question, Splatoon got blasted, but I'll ask a question anyway. What is an online feature you guys wish Nintendo would further develop or add? I know you guys talk time to time about how they could improve, but what is one major feature you would like added or improved?
More cloud saves?
Oh, it's so hard to pick just one because it's all so bad. Cloud saves for sure, but I feel like my issues with online stuff is so game specific.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like this one online feature that would fix it all. It's like every individual game is going to have to do things to fix their specific online experience.
Yeah.
Animal Crossing, for example.
Oh, yeah.
They need to have some kind of way to make it faster and smoother, and I don't know if that's dedicated servers. I don't know if what that is, what the issue is there. Mm-hmm. It's such a slow process. There's nothing you can really do once you are together. You're just running around doing a bunch of nothing.
You need to be able to shoot each other.
You need to be able to do something. Splatoon. I should be able to load up a lobby and play with my friends. If it's not like that in Splatoon 3, like, I literally think I'm going to wait until you buy it and you just tell me if you can make a lobby of 4 people. Because
I think I need to see
so
I almost need to see it in the battle test run or whatever they do, like the test fire.
Yeah,
I think I
load up a lobby.
Because there was
we're going to both buy it anyway.
Oh, I just don't like. I'm many people are new to the community and everything like that. They haven't seen Principled against Nintendo Sean Capri before. Like, I'm getting back to
You're
my
getting there.
I'm a little peeved with Nintendo, and one of the things when we jumped into the Strikers test fire, the beta thing that they did, we were talking about how we should be able to like load up 4 people and go against another 4 people, and I think there was a few people chatting about it, going, that'll be in the main game. And it wasn't. Like, we were convinced it was just not in the beta, it was just not in the demo, but it will come in the main thing. And I think that if it's not, if those types of things, those improvements aren't in the test fire for Splatoon, I'm just counting that as like that's what the game is. And I just don't think that's a day one purchase for me. Because you're right, like this game by game stuff, it's such a mess. Some games do these things so well, and other games are just And then when one game does one thing well, it does like 4 other things not great as well.
Good, yeah.
Yeah. Rollback code, net code for Smash says save the media, says Kevin in the chat, which just makes those fighting games actually work well. I want to be able to just like use my friends list at all.
Right.
Like I want to be able to message people. And as a parent too, like I am grateful that stuff isn't there. I just wish there was a choice. Like I am grateful that like Ellie will be able to go on and play Nintendo and just never be harassed or bothered or anything. Like, it's just not a thing. That's awesome. But I also play on Switch, and there's games like Bayonetta on Switch. Like, I just feel like Nintendo's trying to have their cake and eat it too with that sort of thing. Yeah.
It should definitely be something that you can control.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it. Okay, last question. Skinny Matt. With the exception of playing some Switch sports with the kiddos, my Switch has been collecting dust. I've gone full Xbot. I know I'm not the first gamer to be not playing their Switch. Is lack of Switch use a common gamer problem? Is the casual gamer just carrying the sales? I mean, I feel like casual gaming has become more and more popular.
Yeah.
And I feel like the Switch is the perfect system for that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would say a lot of ways, yes. But I would say that a lot of people who play RPG style games also really like the Switch because those are games that you invest a lot of time into.
Mm-hmm.
And it's portable. So
On
if
the
that's
go.
not your thing, then I mean, maybe they're just not releasing games that Skinny Matt is into right now. I don't know, but
Yeah.
mine's not collecting dust. I got 3 of them that I'm like rotating out all the time. Like
They're so shiny. They're the opposite of dusty.
Yeah. So
I think I think Justin Masson is in the same boat. I was just listening to his episode. He did a solo episode of the Nintendo Dads last week. Did you listen to this? Did you watch it? I don't know what you're
laughing at Raibo Chibi managed to get Splatoon blasted again. Nice. True.
Chibi's on fire.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
No, I don't know. I think there's a lot of people in this boat, you know, and even like somebody like Donnie Reese who hosted, he started the Nintendo track. He's like, I'm good with the podcast. Like you can let other people handle this.
Right.
Yeah, I think Nintendo, I think it's very similar to the Wii actually, where you had a great Zelda game, launched the Wii. You had a bunch of us go like, I'm back. And I think Bobby was another example of this. Like people who walk away from Nintendo are back with a great Zelda game. And with Mario Galaxy as well, like we're back with those games. I think the Switch is exactly the same. A lot of us like hardcore gamers, like we're in it. And as time goes on, it's kind of filled in with less hardcore. I don't know. Sometimes using these terms is a little bit weird, but hopefully you know kind of what I mean. But yeah, I think it just depends on like who you are. But it is 5-year-old hardware at this point, and you're getting experiences with third-party games and other things that are running better, and the internet functions are better on other systems. So I think it just depends. If you're a Nintendo fan, like for me, I just look at it, I feel I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. Like over and over and over again. Like and that's actually worse. It's just like, you're so close. So I hope Xenoblade pulls us back out. I hope Splatoon, like there are opportunities here. Mario Rabbids, it's there. Hopefully Metroid, who knows? These free Kirby games that keep happening.
Yeah.
Somehow we keep playing it.
It's my favorite system of all time.
Wow.
The Switch is my favorite system of all time.
I'm
such a handheld gamer that this was like the perfect system for me.
Yeah. Dreller says we need a new Switch. One day we will be getting it. I'm so split on it because I want to be like right with you. Because there are so many great games and they just nailed like the hybrid nature. Like we are so into the Switch now. We're 5 years into it now. And we don't even realize that before this, like this sort of thing was totally made up. It was in our dreams that like we could have something that was so flexible. And as much crap as we give Nintendo, the fact that they crush the functionality of you pick it up and it works. And you plug it into this little dock and it appears on the screen. Like that is so critical. And it works. It just totally works. So
they killed it.
They really. I remember like seeing it on the commercial. I'm like, there's no way it's that quick.
Oh,
like,
those commercials were so hyped too because they had like the perfect marketing. It was like the perfect like
rooftop Karen.
The music was so great.
Oh,
it was so good. The marketing so vastly improved.
Definitely.
From the Wii U that it was ridiculous.
Yep. Good job, Reggie. Yep.
Well, it will end on a high note there.
Yeah.
We did a lot of bashing.
I know.
Let's end on a happy Nintendo note.
I would love, and you know, before I know you always make a recommendation at the end of the thing, but I would love for people to flood the Discord with like games that they recommend to get people out of like a Nintendo Switch funk. That would be great. Maybe we talk about it next week on the show. Like, how do we, if there's games that are already out, we've got 5.5 years of this thing. What are people playing to get themselves out of like if you're in a funk at all? What do you play? I want to do that. Yeah. I don't want to be bashing on Nintendo anymore. I don't like this.
Let's do it.
Doesn't feel good.
Where can everyone find you on the internet?
Twitter and Twitch, Sean Capri. Sean like Connor, Capri like the pants when I'm healthy. I'm taking vitamins even too. Like I've got like a whole Costco thing of vitamin C. Like this is what I'm dealing with here.
Oh my god!
Look at this thing. It's the size of my, well, almost my head. If I had a normal size head, it would be the size of my head.
Okay.
Twitter and Twitch. Please follow me there. And thank you to Senya again with the and Carla with the super chats today. You guys are amazing.
Yep, and you can find me on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter at Console Caito. That's all for episode 64 of the Nintendo Drive. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, I want you to leave down in the comments your thoughts on whether Kirby's Dream Buffet is going to be free to play, or if not, how much you think it's going to cost. Goodbye.
Good one.
Here we go!